will heavenly way. Anna! I think I'm just gonna...
Hey guys, we back at the locker room. We are going to talk about the AEW Women's Division. This time we're going to talk about specifically a segment between Anna Jay and Harley Cameron. Don't want to miss out at Toss Ring Scandal, a.k.a. KDH.
I'm tired of being humble. I'm tired of letting people think they got a chance. The tribal chief is head and shoulders above everybody.
Hey guys, we're here at Toss Ring Scandal, a.k.a. KDH. We're here at the locker room. Turnbuckle came to building. We will talk about is AEW women being degraded. You guys get the license. We come to the locker room. We about to air some dirty laundry. Now, I know everybody on AEW Collision going to talk about how it ended early due to the premiere of Black Adam on TNT. That is not what we're here to talk about, but that's crazy too, though. We are talking about how it was a match, Anna Jay and Harley Cameron. After a match, Harley Cameron she went behind Anna Jay. She slapped her on behind, whatever, slapped on her ass. When she did that, she put her face in Anna Jay's ass. And Anna Jay pulled it up quickly, and they went up to do their pose at the ring. But that is causing quite a stir that people are talking about. And my question I'm bringing today is the AEW women division so weak that almost every character has to be degraded to using their body to sell, arenas or get ratings or get the character over? Is that the whole case here when it comes to All Elite Wrestling? Because we know in WWE, TNA, yes, we have some characters like that, but that's not all they do to get over. And it seemed like with AEW, due to the way the women's division is today, you would think that they would do better. You would think that they would definitely take it to the top. But due to the talent that they have, they still can't get over. They have to do certain things to do that. Now, we do have, of course, Toni Storm, the AEW Women's Champion. We do have Mercedes Moné, the TBS Champion. We have Megan Bayne. We have Harley Cameron and Anna Jay. We have lots of women, Jamie Hayter, Chris Statlander, Willow Nightingale. We have all these women, and they're still not using the women to their full potential. I still see a problem here. If anything, when it comes to AEW, when women speak up, they end up not getting pushed no more. But this is the segment that happened on AEW Collision last night here. Now, these are the comments here that were said on X. One person said, did Anna Jay just get her ass bitten out by Harley Cameron? But yeah, this is definitely wild, though. Now, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong at the end of the day. I like seeing beautiful, nice women on TV in character as long as I'm entertained. But it seems like AEW is limiting themselves of what they cannot do. And I've been hearing interviews of many women in AEW that's in AEW now or were in the past, and they talk about how much they try to do with their characters, but to no avail, though, really.
The AEW Women's World Championship. Yeah, I think a championship at AEW. I think going there and just knowing the type of environment it is and the complete new set of girls that I've never worked with, like, I knew it was going to be a challenge to, I don't want to say conform, but like relearn a system. I had been comfortable at TNA for so long. I knew the system. I knew the people. I knew the position I was in. You know, I was on top there. So there was more leeway for me to give my opinion or pitch ideas. Coming into AEW, you kind of need to earn those rights all over again. So I think, yes, there's still so much left for me to do. I feel like I'm just now feeling like myself again there. Feeling like, okay, this is the virtuosa. There was, I've been there 9.5 months now. That first stretch, it was like, I don't know what I'm doing or who I am. I'm working a brand new like system with television and times, and I felt really thrown off. So I feel like now I'm finally getting in a groove. that will propel me.
I think people forget this is starting a new
Came to an
job.
end. However, you did have quite a bit amount of time there. Became AEW Women's World Champion, and obviously was your return back for your first time back in wrestling after your neck injury and everything that's went down. How do you look back at your time in AEW?
I just had a lot of fun, honestly. Like, I obviously was very different from Paige character. I do love my Paige character very much, but I had a lot of fun with Saraya. I got to be with some wonderful women, and I got to, like, you know, Tony, Ruby, Harley, they're all so funny and so, like, great to be around. You know, I just had fun. I love the women's locker room there. Like, they're all a barrel of laughs, and, like, we just all support each other. I'm not saying no one supports each other in other places. Don't take it away from AEW specifically. Is that I love that women's locker room. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, how much is you had to get back.
Yeah, because there are so many talented women that people love. Always the complaint is we don't see them enough. There's always one women's match per show. You're one of the ones that the crowd got to learn and know about, but a lot of the women don't have that character or time to build their character.
You really have to take advantage of every single second that you're given a camera, and you can't say no to promos. If someone says we want you to do a promo, a pre-tape, the thought that any single girl would say no, I don't want to, makes me like shudder. It's so precious. It's precious time. You have to take advantage of everything. Do I wish there was more time for the women? Absolutely. But at the same time, the women, you got to be at your A game at all times. You got to be ready to step up when you're called on, because if not, you got to step right back down.
I think everyone was really excited to see you and Jamie Hayter go somewhere with that.
Yeah, I mean, Jamie got banged up, which is
Now, we heard many interviews from Deonna Purrazzo, Chris Van Fleet, Britt Baker with Raina Bell, then Saraya with Denise Salcido. They talk about how the women's division is good as far as the locker room. But it seemed like you would think with all that talent, they would be able to have more creative ideas to do with these women, because every woman don't have to be just secluded to only doing a certain character to get over with their body or whatever the case may be. And this not just happened now in AEW. This been going on for a while, actually, at least going on for the past 2 years. If we don't see women showing their ass on TV, it's always the angle with the women are kissing the women. And I heard that toe down on that. We saw it with Mariah May, Toni Storm, and Mina Shirakawa, however you say her name, but you guys know who I'm talking about. Let's be real. And it seemed like they just still cannot find no creative juices flowing. They have to limit to one thing. They always revert back to that just one thing for the characters. Now, Toni Storm, she already does that kind of character. Why are we doing that with Anna Jay, and why are we doing that with Harley Cameron? They always have to refer to that. And I know JD from New York, if you're a popular podcaster, he talks about that. He actually talked this not too long ago on his channel.
What's her name? Mariah May. She lost that. Then she challenged Mercedes, open challenge, and lost that. She was wrestling all the top gals in the division, and then she went away for like a couple of months, and now is back with Harley Cameron. You know, if you want to take Anna Jay seriously, or anybody like Anna Jay seriously, why do we need to reference that she has a fat ass? Is what I want to know. Like, is that obviously that's gonna pop the crowd? Sure, she's gorgeous. She's fucking. Like she's absolutely. I get it, but we're talking about a pro wrestling show where a character is all about what she does in the ring. Here, she's got no character outside of what we see on television, Jesse. So they go right to her having a fat ass, and then she plays into nothing. She does nothing in this division as far as story or play a role as an important character. What is the point? Like, have we just moved so far beyond Anna Jay where, to get her in any sort of importance on the show, we have to reference her fat ass?
Yeah, again, I'm not going to sit here and be like, they shouldn't be talking like that. Now, that's not it for me. For me, it's, we've already had that gimmick. We already have a woman doing that exact gimmick. Give her something else to say. We don't need all of the women out there all making their sexual references about their own personal lady parts. You're just taking, now it's not even fucking funny anymore.
Bro, it's not even that. I'm speaking in a way, and I agree with you, because that's a very good point. My point is, like, you want to create stars in this division. They've obviously failed with Anna Jay, and they're failing miserably with Harley Cameron. So you want to make them stars. How are you going to make Anna Jay look equal to any of the top women in this division if she's talking, I have a fat ass, and that's her gimmick? That's what she does. Like, that doesn't resonate with me.
She doesn't do anything else.
Do I mind Anna Jay on television? Obviously not. But you're going to need to do more than that if you want her to stand next to these other women in this division. You can't go and do that. It's going to end up being counterproductive. It's funny for a laugh here. It's funny for a promo here and there, but there's literally no longevity in that at all.
No, that can't. That's not a sustainable.
Now that was JD. He talked about the whole how Harley Cameron and Anna Jay do the same angle, and why is Anna Jay only limited to doing a character when she has to talk about her ass? I mean, we get it, but they never highlight how Anna Jay's a great competitor, like great storyline, character, any room for developing in any areas. She's been doing pretty much the same thing she's been doing ever since she's been out of the Jericho Appreciation Society, because she was first in that stable, Chris Jericho and others, but she's only been doing that. Now, I know Anna Jay, she was gone for a while, like JD said, then she came back, but she's paired up with Harley Cameron. They're doing this angle. As you saw in the earlier clips, they always slam each other on the ass. You know, I know it's a gimmick of riding like the horse and all that stuff, but that seemed like she's just a pretty face with a nice body. That's the whole thing I see. Now, we see women like this in wrestling who's known for that. Now, Rhea Ripley, for example, she has a nice body. She's not only limited to that, she actually can wrestle. Liv Morgan, contrary to popular belief, nice face, nice body on her. Not like Anna Jay, but nice body on her. But she has a great character and storyline developed around her. That's why Liv Morgan had a great 2024 with the storyline with the Judgment Day, Dominic Mysterio, and winning the Women's World Championship on Monday Night Raw and rivaling against Rhea Ripley last year. That's what made her year so great, you know. So only certain women can do that, like Toni Storm, and get away with it. If you're going to just highlight just her face and her body, that's not only going to get her so far. It's only a ceiling. She has to have some type of story around it. Now, if Anna Jay had a story where she was in a romantic storyline or anything, whatever the case may be, that may help elevate her character. But I see AEW, they only limit certain women to do that. Now, Harley Cameron, she's like the female R-Truth. She's the comic relief. I get that. She's singing and all that. You know, or you could call her basically a female Elijah or Elias. Whatever the case may be, it has to be some type of story around it, and that's the problem with AEW. There is no story. There's never no story built around it. There's never no good story to get the people going, and I think that's the whole thing that AEW stuck on, that they cannot build no storyline around these characters, because they have way too many women in that division not to build no proper storylines. All we see is women. They get a one-off match. That's it. If they win a championship, they defend that, have one-off match. That's it. They go on to the next. Like, there's no story there. There's very, very few storylines that AEW's ever done. The last good storyline we saw with the AEW Women's Division, if you guys watch AEW, is Toni Storm versus Mariah May, all of last year in 2024. Leading to when Toni Storm lost the AEW Women's Championship to Mariah May. And then this year when Toni Storm recaptured the AEW Women's Championship at AEW Grand Slam back in February, when she became a record-breaking 4-time Women's Champion. Other than that, I don't see no other stories building over there. And Mercedes Moné, that's a whole nother story. Good matches, but don't build any other opponent except for herself. So that's what I'm saying. It's AEW women being degraded in AEW. That's the whole thing. You guys let me know what you think of that. Check out the next video for Toss Ring Scandal, aka KDH. Until then, guys, you already know what it is at this point. It's OUT.